Rise and Shine every Sunday morning from 10 a.m. to noon with DJ J, Miss Mello, and Lady D on The Outlet.
So as always, when you flip the screen or turn the station to us, you never know what you're going to get here at The Outlet. So we've got our special guest. We're going to flip the script this Sunday and start off with our guest because she's got her Mother's Day to celebrate today and people that are waiting on her. But won't you introduce yourself to our listeners right about now?
What's up? Good morning, everybody.
Yes.
And thank you for having me. Happy Mother's Day to all of you queens out there that are doing it, to all of the fathers out there that are doing it by themselves as well.
Let's get it.
But my name is Caressa James. I am here from Allentown, Pennsylvania, born and raised. So happy Mother's Day to my beautiful mother, because without her, I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you all. So good morning.
That's something. Absolutely.
That was amazing.
Rise and shine, y'all. Rise and shine.
Yeah, rise and shine.
So we always like to ask our people how they rise and shine. And Mello had a great idea about asking how you rise and shine on Mother's Day. Maybe I know your morning was pretty early, so you probably left some folks still sleeping at home. But if you could think of a memorable morning that you rose and shined like on Mother's Day, what was that?
Oh, on Mother's Day?
Yeah.
That was there was one time my kids brought me breakfast. That was
Was it good?
I got to lay in the bed. I got to stay in the bed.
Like, was it good breakfast?
That's a good Mother's Day.
Good breakfast though?
It was good. And you know what?
No burnt biscuits.
Even if it wasn't, I didn't have to look the finger. It didn't matter.
Exactly.
I ate it anyway.
For real.
I'd ate it anyway.
It could have been cereal. He was like, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
but
cool.
I didn't have to get up, because every day, we're so busy trying to do it for our, our kids, our families, and for ourselves. So it's not all the time you get to just wake up and be present where you are and just start that way. I'm usually up trying to,
make
that
it right
snooze.
for them. Yeah,
Right.
Exactly.
And then be like, I got 5 minutes.
I'm telling you, it's amazing button.
I got to get out of bed, and then it's a race to, but it's those days where you can, those Mother's Day where you can, actually just lay there and just be thankful that you're still here. So I have to say, when my kids brought me breakfast, I remember that.
I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
great.
All right, y'all that are listening, we want to hear how you guys woke up today, if it was a special morning already for Mother's Day, or what your most memorable Mother's Day morning was. Mello, you're getting Mother's Day love, and you deserve it.
I am. I have to shout out to my sister Tiffany. She's just had me shed a single tear.
Yes.
It was amazing. I try to show the love. I feel like I'm a mother to a lot of kids in my life, and I just want to set the example. You know what I mean? I think that's what's very important about being a mother, stepmother, any type of role model that you can be is very important to set the example, and that's what I'm trying to do. So shout out to Isis and Naija and Naima, and I'm just trying to be there for y'all and show y'all the path, and
and continue to be a mother.
Exactly. You might not do as I do, but do as I say.
I love it. I love it. Me and Mello are kindred souls in that way. Like with my nieces, I'm like mommy number 2, and they're on my mind just as much as my own.
For real, Anya's my niece.
I try to follow up as much
daughter.
as my own. I've got grown ones now, so it's hard to track them down, but we make sure we stay in touch. And
shout out to
my
prom.
babies too.
That's right. Always our baby.
We got a I know it's not Father's Day, Jay, but you are well involved, and so then we want to show you some love too on that level, for real.
Yes,
that's right. And we want to show some love to all the mothers that's on live right now, rocking with us.
Go ahead.
There's so many.
What's up?
Yeah, we got a nice little.
We got to start with Caressa's mom.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Let's start with Caressa's mom.
Yes, hi, mommy. Dale Farmer in there. I saw her little message. She was like, I love me some Chris. I know you do. He was jamming. I know my mom was over there jamming.
That's what I'm talking about.
So let me shout out to LaToya Johnson. What's up, Toya? Happy Mother's Day to you.
Happy Mother's Day.
Jasmine Copeland is in there. Linda Vega. Eliza Barrows. Happy Mother's Day to all of you. And the ones that I can't see, I know Zeta listens, but she's not on Facebook, so I want to show her a lot of love too.
Yeah, I want to shout out to my sister. Shout out to Bubs Jones. That's Tiffany Jones in live. that's my little name for her. Sherry Rodriguez.
Yes, that's my girl. That's my Zissy.
Okay. All right now. Happy Mother's Day,
Yes,
Sissy.
happy Mother's Day.
Shonda May, what's up, baby? Happy Mother's Day. Who else we got in here? We got a lot of people in here that's just rocking with us. Diana.
I love it.
Inez?
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I said it right.
Did you guys get to see the VH1 Mother's Day special?
I saw clips of it.
Clips of it?
Yeah, and it was amazing. It was amazing.
It was.
Yeah, if you get a chance to check it out, it was really good.
Highlights. There were a lot of celebrities that made it a night just with mom. There was no like couple thing going on, coupling. It was, like Gabrielle Union with her mom and Tayana. Right?
Yeah, Tiana Taylor.
Tiana Taylor went with her mother. Everybody was there with their mom.
She surprised her mom with a performance by Bobby Brown, too.
Yeah.
People were talking junk like, oh, Bobby Brown can't
I saw a clip of that.
That was her favorite artist, though. That was her mom's favorite artist.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Oh,
so
my
I don't think she cared. He was sounding a little
the
hoarse.
performance didn't. The performance didn't matter. You know what I mean?
Like her daughter and her favorite artist. That is just big in itself.
Priceless.
Yeah, exactly.
That was priceless.
Yeah.
I
And she
would have
performed
hunted him
with
down too.
Yeah,
she did, and she sounded good.
Yes, she did.
She did.
She
Yeah,
did.
sounded
Of
great.
course she
She did it,
did.
right?
Do it for mama.
Right?
That's right.
All day.
Exactly. So then, how about we get into a little bit about you, Caressa, since we only have you for a short period of time.
Sure. Yeah.
We definitely were sharing a lot with our listeners on the social medias, all what you do. But tell us, and you said you're from Allentown. Tell us a little bit more about your background and just kind of how your lifestyle took a life all on its own, like this change that you've been able to bless, like literally the states, like United States with.
Wow, how much time you have?
Right?
Clear your throat.
You know.
Get it in.
So yes, I grew up in Allentown, Pennsylvania. If any of my listeners out there that are from Cumberland Gardens over there.
Okay.
Cumberland.
Shout out to Cumberland.
I lived right there where Cumberland Gardens is, and that's where I grew up. So in that community there, it was blended. So we had, our African Americans, our blacks, our Latinos. So it was a nice mixture, a melting pot of just very beautiful cultural, ethnic backgrounds. So that's where I grew up. I was a free spirit. I lived with my grandparents and my mother and my sister, of course. And I always loved to. I grew up singing in church, so I sang and I danced. And I did a lot of that all my childhood. I had a wonderful childhood, actually. My mom, I learned everything from my mom. She worked hard to take care of me and my sister. She worked hard to help her parents out as well, but still allowed me to be a child. So I was out in the community in Cumberland. I did it all, romper day, hung with my friends, went to the pool, had beautiful summers.
Yeah.
And then a teenager, we moved closer down to like the 2nd Street area. So then that was the area where I met, some more of my friends. I went to high school at Deer Up and Allen. And I was a teenager from, with a horrific teenager, I would say. I did my thing.
No.
My mom tried her best. Let me tell you, my mom is the best mom ever. I don't know how she just was like, you know what, had my bags on the door, at the doorstep, like, you got to go.
That's
But she dealt. She prayed for me, let me tell you.
Yeah.
So I was a rebel. And then I ended up getting pregnant at a very early age. I got pregnant I was 17, and I had my daughter at 17, and I was still trying to do it, go to high school, and then I was like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to go to high school and raise that. I just was not into my studies. So I quit school.
Dropped out.
I dropped out of school.
A lot of us can relate.
Yes, I dropped out, and I was like, this is it. I have this baby. I'm running after my baby daddy, and because my life's going to be great, once I catch him and we do this together. And didn't work, right? And then, we all go through our lessons. It was tough. And I learned and I grew. I didn't realize it then, but I was growing from the mistakes that I made. And finally I was like, you know what, let me just go back to school, get my GED, because I can't work at these little, places where, for $9-8 an hour. That's not going to do anything for me and my child.
Right.
Yeah.
I was getting help, assistance, and I said I need more for her because she can't see me like this and live like this, think that this is okay.
Yeah.
So I went back and I got my GED, and I was like, I always loved taking care of people. I grew up in a home where my grandmother took care of my great grandmother, and I was a part of that. And she lived to be 90 plus.
Wow.
So I helped, take care of her. And I always remember that nurturing part, it never left me. It's innate. So I always thought I wanted to be a nurse. I was like, I want to be a nurse. I want to take care of people.
Yeah.
I want to be that person. So I said, how do I start? So I went to Allentown Business School. Right?
Wow.
No,
That's old school.
I'm sorry. First I went to HAO, Hispanic American Organization. And I went for my CNA, Certified Nursing Assistant. So I went for my CNA. I finished that, and I really liked it. So that I said, I'll go to Allentown Business School. And I went there, and I got my MA.
For you youngins, Allentown Business School used to be on Lehigh Street.
Yes.
I think St. Luke's has a building there
St.
now.
Luke's has it, and IHOP is on the
about
other
to say,
side.
they probably know IHOP.
Got certified.
It was around IHOP. You know what I mean? They're like, oh.
Yeah, I went to Allentown, and this whole time, my daughter, going to school. My grandmother was helping me take care of my daughter. It was, I had to do what I had to do. My family was always there. Thank God. God bless them. Happy Mother's Day to my grandmother too. Yes. So after that, I continued to love what I did. I took care of people. I did house care, home care, and then finally, once I got my business and MA certificate, they sent an application to Lehigh Valley Hospital. I said I want to be at either OBGYN or pediatrics.
Okay.
Because I love children as well. I love kids. And so they sent it, and they said, it's a funny story. They sent me, and they said, you have an interview at OBGYN here at Lehigh Valley. I was like, this is great. I get in there. I did the whole interview, guys. The whole interview. I was like, I nailed
Rocked
it.
it out.
They were like, and you speak Spanish? I was like, no. No. They were like, oh, this was for somebody that was bilingual.
Oh.
Yes. Oh man.
I had Rosetta Stone at the time. I was like, this is not gonna work.
It's just not.
Yeah.
So and she felt so bad for me because it was like, and I think she, liked me. So she said, you know
Right.
what? I know some people. I saw Pediatrics was your next. I'll send it to them. So she sent it to them, and I had an interview the next week. Went in and had my interview, and I've been with Lehigh Valley Hospital for 20 years now.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Congrats.
Yeah. Thank you.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Amazing.
Yes.
So what turned the light switch to what you do now?
The light switch from when I got when it
Doing
turned over
pediatrics
to
and then now
Oh.
being the Zumba.
well, yes.
I would say
Pediatrics.
guru that you are.
Yeah,
Yes,
what
definitely.
happened?
Definitely.
What happened was I started out. This is another nurturing piece because I started out in pediatrics in the front lines. I was a medical assistant, so I was taking care of the babies, the children, the adolescents, and I was taking care of helping the families with all their medical needs that they needed for their children. So I was in the front line, and then I received a promotion to a coordinator. So then I was the office coordinator, but I was still allowed to do some of those things that I was doing as a medical assistant.
Okay.
So I would do background office work, and then I would still go out and do some of the other tasks that I used to do, like be at the front, give vaccines, things like that. I love that. That was my favorite part.
Yeah.
And then there was an opportunity in our department at another site for a manager position.
Okay.
And I was like, you know what? I think I'm going to go for this manager position after being in the coordinator position for 5 years. And that's what happened. So then I left my original site and went over to another site as the manager. Well, I loved managing because it was like my coordinating skills and I knew about leadership, and I knew what they were in. Like I knew the fire they were in. I knew it wasn't I was coming from the outside and had no idea. I knew it from the moment someone called to the moment they come to the office, from the moment they leave. So I knew what each employee was going through, and I can help them through that. But at the same time, when you move over to management, everything else changes. So then the fires that you were putting out and all of the other things that were happening, kind of they were different.
Okay.
They were different. It was more so dealing with the operations and dealing with the cleanup, if I will
Right.
say, bigger fires,
Yeah.
and it took me out of that nurturing part and that caring
you love
part, being
so
in the front
much.
line. Yeah, and I realized it when I would be in the back doing what I had to do, paying the bills, taking care of issues, and I would come out and I would see these families come in and the kids, and I would feel different.
Mm-hmm.
I would light up, and that's what I missed. I missed that. So then I realized that I still loved what I did, but I knew it was my time at Pediatrics, that I didn't like it there.
Okay.
So I always taught. I taught fitness for Lehigh Valley at the fitness center, and I've taught there for 6 years. So between doing all that, when I went for my license, I ended up teaching at Lehigh LVHM Fitness, and I had my classes 3 times a week. And I was like, I always loved the fitness setting.
Yeah.
As well. The people are always happy,
Yeah.
And so I said, if I would do anything in a management role, I would love to do it in a fitness setting.
Okay.
So once again, God opened that door, and He was like, boom! Look at that.
You know what I
There's a
mean?
man.
Oh, yeah, God.
It's like, you want it? Here you go.
Tat out.
Ta-da. Like nothing happens by chance. He was like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm listening.
Right.
And
right.
I was like, and of course encouragement from everybody, because I was like, I don't know, should I really do this? And I went for it. Because there were, you had to have certain criteria, and I was like, I don't have that. And we talk ourselves out of things, and
Me too.
and I was like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. That's what I've been doing all my life. And if it doesn't happen, then that wasn't meant for me.
Right.
So I went, and they offered me the position, and I was like, all right, now let's do this. And the beauty of it is I got to stay in the network, so my tenure
Right.
was still,
Still intact.
still intact. And I was like, this is great. So then I moved over to the fitness center last September. Yes.
Wow.
Still
All right.
teaching my fitness classes
Yeah.
as well.
I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Well, we've got a lot more to speak about
Yes.
your fitness career
Yes.
and what you've been able to do beyond the Lehigh Valley.
Right.
But we're going to give the people what they like.
Woo.
Mr. Magic
Hey.
Fingers, JJ. I
Let's
hope
go.
you're okay
Hey.
with me giving you that name, because
That's cool.
I mean, seriously, everybody just loves that.
Yeah.
So, and we've got
Midas touch.
some folks cleaning.
Yeah, and I
some
gotta shout out
houses
people
to
in the
our
live. I gotta
music.
shout out Chaser,
I see London in the lab.
London
out
in the
there.
lab. She's also in the health field. You know what I mean? So
Oh,
I
I
gotta
love
shout out
it.
London in the lab, and she's over in the Poconos. So definitely gotta shout out London in the lab. I missed that last time.
That's right. That's right. London in the lab. She's got to be our rep for the
Linda's on
Poconos.
that joint. Yeah, exactly.
We're
You know
trying
what I mean?
to, join powers with the Poconos and
Exactly.
become.
So I definitely want to, before we get into anything, I definitely want to shout out my mama. She's not listening. She's in church singing.
All right.
But
She could sing.
Singing.
yeah, she could
She
sing.
could sing.
SANG.
Yes.
She could sing.
Sang.
So shout out to my
Couple
mama.
A's
I
in
was,
there.
I was telling these ladies with me this morning, like my mom taught me to always smile to keep from crying. You know what I mean? That's the one thing I always remember from my mama. Like, she was like, don't let them know that you breaking down. Don't let them know anything about what's going on in your life. You know what I mean? Like, greet them with a smile at all times. I've had people say, why are you always smiling? I'm like, really? Is that really a question? You know what I mean?
Why
Like,
not?
I'm smiling to keep you out of my business. You know what I mean? So shout out to my
Facts,
mama.
yo,
I love you
yo.
to death. You will
love
see the
that.
show later, and you are the love of my life. That was
Uh.
my song for my
Yes,
mama.
there we
and
go.
That's just what it is.
Yeah, I
So
played
shout out
a
to everybody in
bunch
the
of
live.
songs
Happy
for my
Mother's
mama.
Day.
Love it.
Yes, that's beautiful.
But yeah, let's get back into you.
Yeah.
What I think most of the viewers and listeners really want to know is what I want to know is how can we get into the classes? Where are the classes? And
Oh, yes. So
Zumba.
I teach at LVHM Fitness on Cedar Crest. So
Okay.
we're nonprofit. So there's not like a big sign out there, but it's at the 1243 building. Downstairs there's a gym on the lower level, and I've been teaching there, like I said, for about 6 years now.
Oh, wow.
And it is I teach there on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturday mornings.
Okay.
So Mondays and Wednesdays at 6 p.m.
Okay.
6:15 p.m. and Saturday mornings at 9:30 a.m. And it is free for all of the employees of the network. So if you work for Lehigh Valley Hospital, the employees have a free membership through our fitness center.
Okay.
And then a drop-in is $8. So if you know, there's different circumstances. People have different, life schedules, and so you could drop in. You don't have to be a member, which is great. So you could drop in. That's $8. But your first time is free. Anytime you come, first time it's free.
Y'all listen.
So yes, you come in, you let them know you are here for Zumba classes. They'll give you the appropriate paperwork. It's a waiver that you sign, and you come in and rock it out. It's a party.
Cool.
It's a party. Yes.
I love it.
Yeah.
I've been through several of your classes with Diana, who's another childhood friend of mine.
Yes, Diana.
And that was good. Mom Dukes was in the class too.
Oh, she's still rocking it in class too.
Yeah, seen her
She's
in
super
there.
amazing.
Front row.
Yes. She be in the back in the cut.
Is that
She's
what
in
she
the
was?
back. She's in the
She's
cut.
smart. That's where I'm at.
Yes.
That's why I seen her. 'cause
That's
I
where
was
I'll
in
be
the
back
back.
there
in the back.
holding it down. Yes, she's letting me know. Your music is too loud. That playlist was crazy today.
I love
There's
it.
people back here that need some room. She
Yes.
is the mayor. I call her the mayor when she
Good.
walks in. The mayor's here because she holds it down. My mama. I love you, Mom. Yes.
She manages
Happy
you
Mother's
then.
Day,
She
She
Mom.
manages.
Caressa.
Yes,
That's
from
the
the.
manager.
You don't
I
have
get
to
it.
be up front to manage. She manages from the back of the class.
I hear that.
I love it. She's so
That's
cute.
great.
I love
I'll
it.
be in the back with her when I come from my
She'll take good care of you.
rookie
Yeah.
Trust
experience.
that.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm gonna do it.
So we've got a lot of listeners actually from outside of the state.
Yes.
Also, and I
Yes.
see that you've been able and blessed to have a even bigger platform outside of
man.
Allentown. Talk about how that started. Was it
Ooh.
an invite? Was it that you thought marketing wise, branding myself, I need to reach out to opportunity outside of here? How did that come about?
Well, another part of being a Zumba fitness instructor, I'm a part of, we're called Zen, so I'm a Zen member. And I had this opportunity to sign up for what they call a ZJ, which is a Zumba jammer.
Oh.
And what we do is we are able to teach other Zen members, give them the tools that they need to take to their classes to teach their students as well. So I applied for that and I was chosen. And still to this day, I'm like, wow. I'm so grateful for that because the rhythm, I'm a rhythm ZJ, so I teach them a certain rhythm. And my rhythm is salsa.
Salsa.
Hello, salsa.
Nice.
Yes, huepa.
Hey.
No affiliation to the Boricuas that you knew in Cumberland, right?
Right.
That's cool.
You see where that came from,
I
right?
see,
Yeah.
I see the
Where
root.
all
You
coming from.
stuck. It's stuck.
Yes, yes. And people are always like, "Are you from Dominican?" No, I am from Allentown, Pennsylvania. Yeah, but what are you? Yeah, I am black. They're like, "No, there's no way."
Yeah.
So we always joke. I'm like, I got a little Cuban in me, maybe.
Hey.
But
You could claim that.
Cubana.
Yeah.
So what I did is I applied for the position. I was chosen. So what that means is we have hosts that host us. They bring us into their areas, and they open up their doors, and they allow us to have this 3-hour amazing educational session. And what we do, there's 30 Zen members tops that can sign up for this session, and they come from all over, and we're in there learning about the rhythm. We're learning about the basic movements to the rhythm. They learn choreographies to take to their classes, and they teach these choreographies in their classes along with other tools like how to engage in your classes, how to guide your classes and cue to them on what to do in class, because we all need, I learned it, I continue to learn it, so we need that. They need that. The instructors need that to be successful, so that their participants are successful. So I'm blessed to be able to do that. So what they do is they reach out to me, or I reach out to them. I have a wonderful person that helps me. Her name is Kayla. She reaches out for me as well. But she'll reach out and we'll find someone. They'll say, hey, I want you to come to, like I was in New York yesterday. I want you to come to New York. I would love to have a session there. I have some Zen members that are interested. Can you do it? And then we talk about it, and it happens. We make it happen. The whole community makes it happen. It's beautiful to see. Once you... when it's all said and done and I sit back and I look at it, it is a beautiful, beautiful thing to see.
I
Yeah.
can't even imagine.
Definitely.
Can't even imagine.
Yeah.
I think the DJ had some questions because,
Yeah.
you've got to coordinate music and
Yes.
get the right music.
Yes.
And he's
Yeah,
a pro
I
at that.
Oh.
Yeah.
For real,
sure.
Jay is a
Yes.
mastermind.
Thank you. No, I seen the whole ZJ thing, and I was like, oh, what's that all about? But you kind of cleared that up there in that last segment there. That's pretty cool. I like that.
And music is the key to this. So
yes.
thank you,
Absolutely.
DJ.
Oh,
Because
Yeah.
DJs,
You're welcome.
You make my class. Like DJs make my class. I grew up in a musical family. I love music, love it. It's always no matter where I was, home, no matter where I was, it was music, and all types of music. I love all types of music, and I'm
Universal
still learning
language.
to learn. Yes,
Yes.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. Because this fitness program is all over the world. And we all dance together in one harmony, one unity, because music is universal language. So yes, it is. But I recently, my cousin's a DJ as well, so he's done mixes for me.
Okay.
And what we do in a class, we have warm ups. So you have to warm it up. You got to get the body ready.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Got to get the body ready for what's about to
I'm
happen.
about to say.
So you have
In the
no
class.
cramping.
Yeah.
Am
Like
I
the
right?
rise and
That's
shine.
right.
Rise and
right.
shine. Are you ready for this? AKA, are you ready for this?
So I love music and I love putting things together myself, because I have some, when you have, I love to create in my mind what I want the experience to be like. So music is everything. It's gotta hit them from that first minute.
Yeah.
Like when you turn on that music, that first song, that first beat drop, it has to grab them. So I have this DJ on my side that, I say, hey, I need some warm-up mixes. I'm going to places I've never been before, and I really want to, incorporate them into my jam session. I use them in my classes as well.
Yeah.
But I told them what the field I was looking for, and every single time, that warm-up mix, just it brings everybody to light and it gets them ready to party. So thank you
That's
for
good. That's
to all
good.
those DJs
Yeah.
out there that are doing your
Shout
thing.
out
It's
to the DJs.
yes,
Shout out to
yes,
the
it's not
DJs.
easy. So thank you so much.
That's
yeah,
right. They're a master
that's
of
important.
the crowd, all in their
Yes,
own right.
absolutely, absolutely.
So I have a question. Can you pinpoint one of your craziest moments in Zumba history for
Yes.
you?
For me, one of my craziest moments, like I would say, going to my first Zumba convention. That was the craziest moment for me. I didn't realize there were like 8,000 people running around in bright colors, just like me.
Wow.
Jumping around.
Like I was like, we're in our
That's a lot
own
of energy.
utopia up in here. That was the craziest moment here because I went for my training, for my ZJ training.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, a convention. What do you think when you think
Few people.
convention? It's a
Yeah.
couple,
One
100
room.
people.
Yeah.
We're gonna go to a couple rooms, listen to music and whatever. And I seen convention before, like on social media when people would go before. But I was still kind of fresh to my Zumba
the Zumba
career.
conventions.
And I went out to this convention, and the convention started, and I was like, what in the whole? They have a concert, and they have this, and the people. That was the craziest moment for me. I think the first time when we all came out of my hotel room and I walked down to where the main events were happening, and I saw the people, I was like, this is crazy.
Wow.
I am never missing a year.
Yeah.
This is
All
one
that
time out of the
energy.
year where I
Yeah.
come to be with my people.
Wow.
Like this is. It was mad. It was mad. You've got to see it to really believe it. Because when you're done, you need you know how you go on vacation and you need a vacation from your vacation.
Right.
When you're finished,
Yeah.
you seriously need a vacation.
I can
'Cause your
imagine.
energy
Yeah, I can
overload.
imagine that.
Energy
Yeah.
overload. So that was my craziest. I remember that. It was crazy.
That's what's
Wow.
up.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's
Awesome.
crazy every year I go, but that first time I went, I was mind blown.
Right.
Yeah, that's
It-
crazy. I mean,
out of body experience.
Yes.
over
type.
5,000 people just sharing the
gosh,
same craft.
just-
That's
yes.
amazing.
Yes, and
Woo.
people that you see, that you've taken classes with, and our Zumba education specialists, they're called Zest. that, trained you, or you've seen them and you're like, wow, they're so amazing. And you see them, you're like, oh my goodness, we're all here together. We're all here together to learn from one another. It's amazing.
I bet it serves as a reset button too, maybe like just a whole nother new inspiration, a whole nother like, this is why I do it.
Gosh.
Yep.
Yes.
I agree with that.
This is why, and oh my gosh, I have so much to bring back to everybody, because what you're taking in, you're bringing back, and not only your class feels it, but the other instructors feel it too. And you tell them all about what you learned.
Yeah,
it's just, and then that sets it up for them to come next year. It's just a revolving wheel. It's amazing. So yeah, it is a reset, because we, like with anything, you burn out, you're in it, you feel stale or dry, and you go to that. And it's like, okay, never mind.
Why I do it.
Right. Like, this is why I do what I do.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
You have to be reminded sometimes. That's definitely one of the reminders.
Yeah.
One of the big ones. Yeah.
Caressa, on a serious note, just because I feel like this is a way that you could bring some light to it and also educate folks on how it came about. You personally went through a health scare.
Yes.
That you were already buckled down on inspiring, on making a change, in people's lives and in your own life. But what was that health scare about, and, symptoms and all of that, so people are more aware of being in control of their health, or being aware of what their body is going through? Because we could talk about fitness, which is awesome, and exercise and everything, but what goes on in the body internally, and being proactive about that.
Yes. Well, yeah, that was a crazy change in my life. That was definitely something that brought me to where I am today. So I actually happened on accident. I went in because I wasn't feeling well, and they took I had a CAT scan. No, not a CAT scan. I had an X-ray done.
Okay.
And to see if I had appendicitis, actually. And they called me and said, well, you don't have appendicitis, but we found like all of these spots on your lungs. So we need for you to get a PET scan because this isn't normal. And I was like, excuse me? And so they were like, yeah, come in for a PET scan. So I went in for this PET scan. And, the doctor called me and they said, you need to come in for the results. And I was like, okay. So I went in the doctor's office, and I never forget this. It was this young doctor, and he came in the room. And he was like, I don't know what to say. I don't know how to say this, but you have cancer, lung cancer. And I was like, excuse me? And he was like, yeah. He was like, I said, that has to be wrong, because I feel okay. You know what I mean? Something's wrong. And he was like, it was red, and it's either, metastasized carcinoma or lymphoma. And I was like, so you're not giving me any other option here. I was like, are you serious? So that was devastating, because right away you think about, oh my gosh, everything went through my mind, like my kids, I don't know, what happened. Yeah. So I was just in shock. So thank God for my family. And so I had to go for more testing, and I had to get blood work. So when I got the blood work done, my blood work wasn't too off. It wasn't that bad. So they were like, let's get a biopsy, see what's going on. So I had my first biopsy, nothing there. So let's get another biopsy. I got another biopsy, inconclusive. And all right, so I said, you know what, I'm done. It went on for like six weeks. Yeah. I was like, I can't keep doing this. So I ended up going to a specialist, and he said to a lung specialist, and he said, he's brilliant, and he said, have you meet the criteria of someone having sarcoid, which is sarcoidosis, and it's a autoimmune disease. He said, you're African American, you're a young female, and so that, and it mimics lymphoma. And I was like, now we're talking, like, and it's so crazy because it is an autoimmune disease that affects you, but it sounds like a better disease. Is that crazy or what? Like, to me, I was like, I don't want to have cancer, so I'll take this.
Yeah.
Right? I was like, what in the world? Now that I think about it. So I was like, all right, what do we do? He said, you have to get another biopsy. So I had a lung biopsy, which showed that I had sarcoidosis. And I said, all right, so what do we do? What do we do? Because to me, I felt like, I had a shot at beating this than cancer, which is it's so crazy to think that from what my mom went through, because my mom beat cancer. So that just, she's a warrior. Like, now I think about it and I'm like, how can I even say that? Because my mom fought her tail off. But so he said, well, you go and see a lung specialist, because my lungs were compromised. And what happens is you get these nodules on your organs, and then they harden and they form and they calcify, and they start to affect your organs in different ways. So I had to go on steroids for a certain amount of time, and that's when that happened. And it was like when you're on steroids for a lengthy time, it really takes a toll on your body, and it changes your body, it changes your mood, it changes your mental health stat. It really does. I was not the person that I knew I was.
Wow.
So, and then weight gain. So here came the weight gain, and it was like I couldn't control it. And I went back to the lung doctor, and I was like, what do I do about this weight gain? I don't feel good. And my breathing was terrible. Now that I go back and look, always did have symptoms.
Yeah.
But, you're always taught to just
shake it off.
do what you got to do.
Exactly. So busy.
That goes back to like, Mom, I don't feel good. You go to school anyway. Like, you just have to,
right.
So that
I'm bleeding like crazy. It's all right, baby.
Right.
Water.
Take a nap.
So I just did it. But so he was like, you got to exercise. You got to exercise. Stop eating so much salt. Stop doing this because you're retaining water. I was like, all right, so let me do this. So I always, I started walking. I would run in the park. And then I started doing, Sean T's, videos down in my basement.
Yeah.
Anybody did Sean T videos?
Sean T.
I did that.
Yeah.
I watched a few. That's about it.
Yes, I was in my basement getting it. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Like,
yeah.
So when I was doing that, I was in a routine. So one of my friends, Tiffany Polek, she was like, girl, did you ever Zumba before? I think you would really like that. You like all kinds of music. You love to dance. Like, you should try it out.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay, I'll look into it. So I looked into it, and there was one class down in Cedar Crest, and her name is Sean. But I thought it was a guy, so I was like, oh my gosh, I don't want to go to this fitness class and this guy teaching this class. I don't want to look crazy. So I was like, I'm going. So I went to this class, and it was this amazing, cute little white girl.
Yeah.
I was like, that is not a black guy
right?
Dancing.
Muscles.
This is this cute little girl, right? So I went to my first class, and I was hooked. And I kept going. I loved the music. I loved how it made me feel. I loved that I wasn't judged. I loved that, other women were in there and men from all walks of life, from all around the community, dancing to the same tune. I loved that I could just be myself. I loved the feeling that she gave me when I was there. And I never stopped going. So then it became my lifestyle. Like, I rearranged my schedule around my Zumba fitness classes. I was like, all right, we eating out of crock pots on Mondays and Wednesdays. We're doing this.
Right.
Mama got class for an hour.
Turn it off. Just turn it off.
And that was it. It became, it wasn't something where I was like, oh, I gotta get this class in. You know what I mean? Like, because I gotta,
You're excited.
I have Zumba today.
Wow.
And that's how everybody, basically the Zumba enthusiasts, the participants, they're like, listen.
Make it a part of
this keeps
your
me
schedule.
sane.
Yeah. I need it.
It's a part of your schedule. So that's what happened. And I started that because I needed to lose weight. And then I fell in love with the program. So I said to myself, and then what happened with that, I lost weight. I came off the steroids. And I, had my routine visits, and he was like, you're doing them. I had to get lung tests, every 6 months. And he was like, you know what? It was about a year ago. Or 2 years ago, I'm sorry. And he said, you're at the point where it's like, call me if you need me. Wow. And I was like, what? Wow. He said, continue to do what you're doing. If you feel like you're compromised, already, what you need to do, give us a call, but you need to take care of yourself, mind, body, and spirit. So I have to remain active to make sure my lungs can retain what it needs to while I'm exercising, because sometimes it is difficult, but as long as I keep moving, I'm all right. There's days where it's tough, but I get through it because I love what I do.
That's right.
But you know, I have to learn how to
health.
rest sometimes. But this is what keeps me going, and I feel great now. And that was my story with that.
Wow.
That was insane.
Because there's a difference between, you know, making, like, working out or dieting, putting an effort in it daily, to making it your lifestyle.
Right,
Like,
right.
there's a thin line between the two. You know, even if you go to class, I'm a certified trainer, you know, and I work for LA Fitness, etc. But I just remember that being the switch. Like, you have to make that change all the way. That it's the lifestyle,
Right.
Not just going to the gym every now and again, not just dieting, you know, a little bit here and there. And especially if you've got health scares, right? Some folks are just happy to kind of not be so sick, so they're happy with the little bit that they've done to help themselves health-wise. But it does take a lifestyle change to be able to kind of keep those doctors off your back,
Right.
Kind of like you've been able to do.
I was like, oh my goodness, I want to keep coming in because it was so emotional. You know, you look at yourself and I'm like, how can I? You know what I mean? Why am I go like? I started to feel. I felt worse after they told me that. It was almost like, oh my goodness, you know, what if I would have kept going and never would have known? You know. But yeah, that's right. Like, because it was a health scare, and also, you know, when you make it your lifestyle, you gotta, you know, it's that interconnection with you. You know, like once you make that connection on how you want to feel. I had a health scare, but others, you know, they're like, you know, I don't want to feel like this anymore, or I don't want to, you know, carry this around with me anymore because it affects you. It does affect you. It affects you in so many different ways, whether it's mentally, you know, you have diabetes, you have high blood pressure, you know, people start to have problems with their backs and their knees and things like that. And then that's when it's like, you know, I need to connect with myself so that I could take care of me. And that's one of the things, you know, that we have to remind ourselves is that don't look at exercise or fitness as a punishment, but it's something that we all need to remain healthy and maintain a healthy lifestyle. And it's not like going out and you got to, you know, train for a marathon. It's going out for a walk. It's parking
45
in the back of the parking lot.
And then when you see the change and realize what you're doing it for, you know what I mean? That's what's really rewarding.
Absolutely.
At the end.
That's true.
Absolutely.
Rewarding.
You know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah.
Seeing the change.
And then you find what you love and it just clicks.
That's true.
So I was blessed for that to happen.
I agree.
Yeah.
So in that journey, you've been blessed to meet some people that have changed your lives and added to that as well.
Yes. Yes. I when I went to convention, I was going for my ZJ to do my training, and I got on a plane, and I was like, oh, you know, there's a black girl on here. You know, we're always, we have a black girl on the plane. Hey, girl. Hey.
How you doing?
Because it was in Philly, so I was like, where's she coming from? You know, I'm always trying to figure out people. You know, like, you know, I love to people watch. Right? I'm like, I wonder where she's coming from. Oh, those are cute boots. Oh, that's a nice bag. I wonder, you know, because, you know, when you grow up around these areas, you think you know every black person you see. So it's like, oh, she's new.
I must know her.
I must know her. We must meet. You know, sisters on a plane. So and it's weird because then we got off the plane, and then I had no idea. I knew that she was going to the Zumba, you know, to the training. Because we had to go early. So we get there, and then I'm walking to my training, and she walks up and she's like, yeah, do you know where cumbia is? Because she's a cumbia ZJ. I do salsa, she does cumbia.
Cumbia.
So yes, Colombia. So she does cumbia. And I was like, I think it's upstairs. And ever since that moment, we've been connected.
Right there.
Right there and then. Right there and then. 4 years ago. 4 years ago?
4 years?
Yes. 4 years ago. 4 or 5 years ago. 4 years ago. But so that ever since then. So then when I had my first jam session, she came. She came to my jam session to support me. And then after that, she had her own studio in Chester, PA, and I would go down there, and then we were inseparable. We talked every day. We were always in tune with each other, always traveled, had master classes, things like that. And then it was just like this friendship that was like, then it was like, are you sisters? Are you twins? Are you sisters? Are you twins? Because we were like inseparable. Yeah.
It's a little
are you
like, I know you.
Are you sisters? And when, back then we were like, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. That's my sister. And then, stuff started to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And it was no longer that way. And of course, and I'm going to be honest. And I was like, oh my God, what is, what's happening?
What's going on? Yeah.
And this is, I reached out to my daughter on this because she has a partner as well. God bless them. They're in Florida.
Wow.
Jaleesa and Kashaya,
talk
love
about you could learn from your child.
Absolutely.
Preach.
The aha moment, right?
Yeah.
Aha. I said, girl, I don't know what's going on, but she told me this, and I think I'm scared because I think maybe we're just stressed and we're just, looking at this differently. And my daughter was like, well, my daughter's like straight, like she
To the point.
plays no games. She's like, well, I mean, well, not really, Mom. You just go with the flow. You just kind of, if love is love. Like, I mean, if you're feeling something and the energy's right, I mean, just, go with it.
Let go, let flow.
Right. Nothing wrong with it. Love, you can't control love. It is what it is, and how you're feeling is how you're feeling. And I was like, all right, because growing up in a society where it's like, we were raised that, it's men and women, and that's how we're all raised. And so when my daughter told me, I was like, oh, wow. Not that you're having it, but still, as a parent, you're like, oh, this is different. Okay, so you're no longer allowed to sleep over Lisa's house.
Right.
Right? Like, I had to flip the script. Like, oh, can I sleep over so-so? No.
No.
That's a girl. Like, so.
It changes.
Right? And I had to think about the whole, like, sex talk differently. Like, how do I talk about that when I don't know about that?
Right.
So it was an eye-opener. So then I was coming back to her. And she gave me some amazing advice, which landed me where I am today because I followed how I felt. Still scary, guys. It was. But this is an incredible woman. Yeah. And, I've learned that love comes in all forms. And I've never, and what I had to keep going back to was I've never felt this way before.
Wow.
That's what's up.
Allowing to be myself, who I am, and be loved for that person that I am. No filter. Mm-hmm. And I can just express who I am to this person, and they still are with me and ride or die. It's just a different type of connection and a different type of understanding. And that was just it wasn't it it's different when it's when you have that attraction, the attraction, then the attraction came, but the connection was first.
That was there already,
and that's important. That was all. That was
and after that connection, then something major happened.
Then she blew my mind.
Something major happened
with an engagement. And I was like, and that, guys, I mean, when I tell you the type of woman that she is, she I was on an all-day scavenger hunt where she had somebody drive me around to different places, like all the places that I love, and everyone that was there was in on it. So I went into Starbucks, and some girl gave me a rose, and then she gave me a box, and it was a poem.
That's cool.
And then I had a charm to put on a bracelet, and then I went to the next spot, and it went on and on and on. And I thought, because this is just how she is.
Yeah.
So I thought, I was like, oh,
she's just being romantic.
She's just being romantic. Until I got to the one part, it was like, you're going to dine with the VIPs. This was brunch that we were having, and she's like, you're going to dine with the VIPs. I mean, she set up mimosa time with my girlfriends and everything. Nice. And when I was sitting there, and all of a sudden I turned around and looked, and our children came walking in. It was her daughter, my stepson, my son, and my daughter, and my daughter-in-law. They all walked in. I was like,
wow.
I was in tears, like tears. Like, everybody in the diner was like, what is going on? I lost it. And I knew something was going to happen then because my daughter was here from Florida.
That's big.
I was like, something's going on. So it went on from 8 o'clock in the morning, mind you, till 6 or 7 o'clock at night. And finally, I ended up at a place that she had, rented. And I'm sitting in this chair blindfolded. And I was like, what is going on? And they took the blindfold off, and it was our Zest, actually, Stephanie. And they had this whole Zumba routine. All of my Zumba family came out, and they were dressed in rainbow colors.
Yeah,
I love that.
And I'm watching, and I want to dance, and then I'm watching, I want to dance, and I'm like, my family's behind me.
Oh my God.
and they bend down and she pops out from the middle, and I lost my
There's
stuff.
video of this. Your
stuff.
Facebook account is full, but there is video footage of this proposal.
It is.
And I watched it at
I saw it.
I watch it and I cry every time. It was insane. Well,
it was congratulations.
Beautiful.
Congratulations
Thank you so much.
To you. That was an amazing
you.
story.
Absolutely.
Thank you for sharing. I appreciate that.
I'm excited for the journey.
Yeah, we're gonna have to share that on our page, on our outlet page.
Let's do that.
Yeah, definitely.
Jana, if you're out there, I love you, honey.
Oh, Jenna.
Happy Mother's Day.
So yeah, we're back. On this great Mother's Day. So shout out to all the mothers that are listening to us on the TuneIn app, that are rocking with us on Facebook Live. We see you all. You are appreciated. We love you all. Keep doing what you got to do. Set those examples for the youngins in your life. So back to you.
Yes.
our great guest today. I mean, you almost had me shedding a tear with your story and everything like that. It was amazing. Congratulations again. So what do we want to do now is like give everybody your shout outs, how they can go to the classes, how they can follow you.
Yes. I would love to give a few shout outs. Is that okay?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Man.
Yes. First and foremost to my family. I feel like I'm going to get an award.
Right.
I would like to thank. No, just
Play the music. No, I'm saying.
right. She's done. No, I want to give a shout out to God first and foremost for giving me the strength every day and allowing me to do what I do and be a vessel for Him. Number one, I want to thank my family, my mom, my sister, my dad, all of my family. You know who you all are. I love you to no end. Keep doing you. Farmers are real.
Yes.
We are the real deal.
Family.
Keep doing you, and let's continue to love up on each other the way that we do. I also want to give a shout out to my beautiful children, my daughter Kashaya, and my daughter-in-law Jaleesa in Florida, and my bonus child Darius James, and my baby who just went to prom, Jalen. I love you guys so much. I love you. I wouldn't be who I am today without you all. You've taught me to be more than a mom. You've taught me to be a human being. You've taught me how to love more than I could love myself. So I love you guys so much for that. I want to send a shout out to all of my participants that come to all of my classes. I love you all. I love the time that you take out for yourself first, and the time that you take out to come and take care of yourself, and that you choose to do that with me sometimes. And you don't always have to do that with me, but you do, and I appreciate you for that. And I want to let all of you know that you're absolutely amazing, and to continue to take that time out for you no matter what it is. But I love seeing you in classes. I love seeing you shine, and I love seeing you be free. Keep doing it for yourselves. Nobody could do it for you. I love you all so much. And my last shout out I want to give to is all of my Zen family. My Zen family all around the world. You are always told that you inspire your participants in your classes, that you're inspirational. And I know as sometimes we just don't believe that, or we come to a road where it's tough. And I want to let you all know that you do that every day, from the moment you even practice a song, from the moment you think about what you're going to do in your class. You're giving a part of yourself and what you enjoy and love to others, and you're allowing them to be free, and you're allowing them to open up avenues for some of the pain that is going on in their lives at the time, so they can try to figure out where to filter that. And you're a part of that filter. And I just want to tell you all that you are absolutely amazing. Keep spreading the love and the passion and the joy in our communities. It needs it like no other before when it comes to negativity or people that are just dealing with things and they're looking for that outlet. You are that outlet, and I appreciate you all for your time, sweat, and yes, sometimes blood, because our feet take a beating.
I'm telling you. I agree.
That you are appreciated and you are loved, and hang on to one another, and we have to do this together and stick together, because it's one world, people. one world, one love. I'm there for you guys always. Know that. Let's continue to keep this program on the ground. And I just love you for what you all do. Thank you for carrying me on your shoulders. And I can't wait to dance plenty of more dances with you guys. I hope to see you guys in a jam session or in a class.
You will see me.
And when
you
do
will
they
see
find you?
me.
When
In the
and
back
where?
with the mayor.
They will find me. Yes, in the back with the mayor. They will find me here in Allentown, Pennsylvania on Mondays and Wednesdays at LBHM Fitness, 6:15. And then on Saturday mornings at 9:30. Sometimes I'm traveling on the weekend, so I'm not always there. So there's other instructors that teach that are absolutely amazing. So make sure you still come to the class to have a party. And then I also teach in King of Prussia with Yana. We have a duo class in King of Prussia at Lifetime Fitness on Thursdays. Yeah, on Thursdays we teach at 6:45. So we teach together, we co-teach, and that is absolutely fun. So if you're from that area as well, come see us.
Absolutely.
Come party with us.
Great.
Absolutely.
Wepa.
Today, listen, you never know what you're going to get at the outlet, right? We had we celebrated Cinco de Mayo last weekend, and we had drinks, and we had cook come in and feed us.
Yes. Shout out to Sally.
We just go with the flow
what's
here.
the next holiday?
I'm trying to tell you, we got
some
you next
chicken on the
time,
grill
'cause
for
we
Labor
said-
Day. All right.
Yeah. But today has been such an inspirational day. I love that you sent out messages to folks that you know and folks that you don't know.
Yes.
And I want to do a poem. Give my personal shout out to Mello. I think you should definitely show your love. Let Jay give his love, and then we'll let the people rock out because we've done a lot of talking
for real.
But the talking was good. It
was great.
Thank you.
It's
Thank you
needed,
so
and
much
that's
for
what
the
this
opportunity.
platform is all about, Caressa.
Yes.
I can't tell you how much, and I hope it won't be the last. Remember, we want you to
definitely.
let us be a
Oh, you
part
can't
of
get rid of
your
me now.
outlet. Oh, we're good.
You
then.
put a mic in front of me.
All right.
This
Listen,
is it.
we might need a fill-in every now and again, so I'm
trying-
gonna call
I mean,
you.
she's great.
You don't give me your cell
She's a
phone, so I
great-
don't have to call you on
put
Messenger
a mic in
anymore.
front of me and got this DJ playing this music. You ain't getting rid of me
That's what I'm
now.
saying.
I know. Jay
That's
brings
it.
it
Shout out
out.
to Kay,
Yeah.
man. I see you, man.
You ladies are wonderful as well. Thank you so
Jazzy
much.
Bell is a poet for sure. She's one of my grown nieces.
Oh.
But she wrote this in 2004, and she said it still reigns to be true till this day. Moms are the center to holding it all. They are there to pick you up whenever you fall. They wipe your tears and hold your hand. They are there to support you whenever they can. No one can love you like mommy herself. Through thick and thin, through sickness and health, mommy will be there to give you your help. The love between a mother and a child is so special and rare. Your heart fills up with happiness and joy. A love that cannot be compared. To all the mothers who read what I say, know just how I feel this Mother's Day. That makes me want to cry.
Oh, that's beautiful.
That was nice. That was beautiful. Yeah.
Beautiful.
So
Very
on that
beautiful.
note, I want to personally give a shout out to Olfa Romero. I believe she's listening. It's my mother. She doesn't understand a lick of what we're saying, but she understands. Te quiero mucho, 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 la reina de mi corazón. Feliz Días de las Madres. To my sisters, Zeta and Linda Vega, and I have two added sisters that I've been blessed with that are wonderful mothers, which is Diana Davila and Eliza Barrows. They are great supporters of what I do, and they are a great example of just being superstar moms, you know, and we learn from each other so much, and it's non-judgmental. It's like a judge-free zone, and we have so many different styles of raising our children, and it's nice to be able to kind of take a little bit here and there and kind of mix it all up for your own, you know, experience as a mother. So just much love to you all and to everyone else. I mean, I'm just a big advocate of that. And my nieces who, you know, they're my babies. They make me,
Right?
Yeah, they make me even more
Give you
full.
life.
Life.
Definitely. So yeah, I mean, I'll start off with my niece Anya. I just want to shout her out. My kids, Naisha, Naima, Isis. No, I love y'all. Definitely got to give a huge shout out to my mama. I love you so much. I can't go into much detail because I get choked up. But I'll see you later. I know you're not listening, but you will see this later. So just want to tell you I love you. Thank you for raising me and giving me that unconditional love that I needed. Shout out to Tiffany, my big sis, you know, Nichelle, what's up? All my aunties, rest in peace on my grandmas. They gave me, man, so much knowledge and wisdom over my life period. And just want to say happy Mother's Day to everybody in the live and on the TuneIn app, my friends, my family. Everybody's doing a great job. All I have around me is great mothers and great fathers when we get to you on Father's Day, Jay. But yeah, shout out. It's their day today, okay? So happy Mother's Day to all my great mothers that are around me every single day, giving me inspiration to do what I do. And shout out to y'all.
Yeah, I gotta give a big shout out to my mom for molding me into the man that I am today. I'm standing here in this path, and I can't be more grateful for her.
That's right.
I gotta give a big shout out to my daughter's mothers for giving me the greatest gift ever in my life, and I adore them forever for that.
That's what's up.
So happy Mother's Day to everybody out there, y'all. Thanks for listening to The Outlet. We're gonna rock out some. Caressa James, thank you so much for coming through. Your energy is
again.
Thank you so much.
Out of this world.
You've made us
Thank
full
you.
this morning.
For
Thank
real.
you.
Rise
My
and
heart.
shine.
Reciprocal, guys. Thank you
know
so
what
much
I
for having me.
Yes.
Thank you. This is a
Thank
wonderful
you.
experience. I've never done anything like this before. I'm used to talking in my classes and stuff, but as you can see, but this is wonderful, and I want to thank each and every one of you for what you do, because our community needs this, and for all of these wonderful creative people in our community that need to be spotlighted for what they do.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's just amazing. Keep doing what you do. We
Thank
need it.
you.
We need this.
Thank you.
Thank you.